Good morning, and thank you for joining me on today's call. Today, I want to talk about planning for retirement and how that income, retirement income can be tax-free if that's what we're after. We have a lot of planning opportunities, we have a lot of options, and it's really making sure that we get the right fit for our clients. As you start looking at retirement and working our way through our stages of life, think about this as filling our buckets. Over the years, you need to allocate, different money to different buckets. And as we look at that, we're filling those buckets of money and investments. And each stage of life creates a different bucket that needs to be filled. If you look at it during our working years, we're buying homes, we're starting in our professions. We may be paying for school, we may have kids that come along. All of those things are going to require a significant amount of money. And as we look at that bucket, those needs are really going to be high in the early years. And so we need to make sure that we're filling that bucket and keeping an eye on how much needs to go into that bucket. At the same time, we've got to be looking to the future. We need to be putting money away for retirement, and this can be done in traditional retirement accounts, Roth accounts, 401ks, life insurance. All of these are just good options. One of the questions we need to be asking is, do you want or need a tax deduction now? And if so, that money's going to be taxable in the future. And so as you look at that, it's figuring out what fits our needs, what fits our clients' needs, and helping them understand what the options are. Now, one of the buckets that I think gets overlooked way too often is the what if bucket. I've worked with a lot of clients that have been putting money away aggressively for retirement. They're building their business, really using up all of their cash flow, for now and the future. And they've ignored that what if bucket. But life happens. Bumps in the roads come along. And when those bumps in the roads come along and we don't have that what if bucket, it really throws everything off. So we need to make sure we have a good balance as we're looking at these different buckets of money, that we're being very serious in analyzing what are the real needs, what are the wants, and what are the resources that we have to fill these buckets, because they're all important. There's not one that's more important than the other. It's just making sure that we have good balance in between all of those buckets as we fill them. We know time value of money is a big issue. And of course, the earlier we start saving, the better off we're going to be. And here's a good example. How much would you have to start saving today on a monthly basis in order to have saved $1 million at age 65? Well, if we have a 6% growth, if we started at age 30, we need to put away $699 a month. And by the time we hit 65, there's going to be $1 million there. If we wait till age 50, that amount grows to $3,421 per month, which is a significant amount of money. The other thing that we look at is, how is that being invested? Just by increasing this from a 6% growth to an 8% growth, we've reduced our amount at age 30 to $437, and the amount at 50 to $2,900. There again, we've got to be realistic in what the real rate of return is going to be. But there again, the earlier we start, the more return we get, the better off we're going to be over time. But all of this takes into account, not only the money that we're making, but what are the taxes doing to that money? And if you think about it, are taxes going to be the same or higher in the future? And, as I ask clients this question, most of them think taxes are going to be higher in the future. If that's the case, let's make sure that we use that in our analysis of how we're going to allocate the money now, and whether we're going to allocate it into accounts where we put in after tax now, and grow it tax deferred or tax free and have it, tax free at the end. There again, it's just looking at what fits our clients the best. Think about this. If you were a farmer, would you rather pay tax on the seed, or would you rather pay tax on the harvest? Another way to put this is it better to pay taxes now while you're employed, or pay taxes on your investments when you're retired and you need the money to live on. There again, it really comes back to what's your view on tax rates. And, do you have the ability to pay the tax now, or do you need to have that tax deduction today? All of this comes down to, we know if taxes are going up, then, we're going to be paying more on the harvest than we would on the seed. But there again, a bit of reality comes back into this. But I think too many people have been conditioned by, the idea of, investing in an IRA or a 401k, thinking that when they retire, they're going to be in a lower tax bracket. That may be true for some, but it's not true for a lot of others. So we really need to look at what are the options. So I think if we start looking at tax diversification for retirement, this opens up a lot of discussion into, what types of accounts will work best for us and our clients. One account that I think is overlooked a lot is life insurance. Cash value life insurance is a potential tool to provide that tax-free income in retirement. If you look here, the beauty of life insurance, if you're building it for the cash value, yes, you're putting the money in after tax, but that money grows tax deferred, and through loans or withdrawals, you can access the money tax-free in retirement. Compared to other retirement accounts, what's good here is there's no limit to how much you can put in. It's going to be based on your insurability and the ability to actually get life insurance. So health and age all come into this. But if you start looking at it, it has a lot of what ifs. What if, with the riders of life insurance, you can have terminal chronic illness, long-term care benefits paid out tax-free. If you die, prematurely, your family's protected by the death benefits, which could be in considerably more than you paid in premiums. But you can also use this when you want to, or you don't have to use it if you don't want to. It really fits more of your lifestyle and allows your decisions. If you look at qualified plans, traditional IRAs, the advantage here is you get the tax deduction now. That money is going to grow tax deferred. However, when you take it out, it's going to be taxable. And even if you don't need that money, required minimum distributions now at age 72, Uncle Sam's going to force you to take that money out. So there again, it takes away some of the options of, do you need the money? When do you need the money? There again, if you don't need the money at age 72, they say you have to start taking it out. But what if you need the money now? That what if issue comes up. You take it before age 59 and a half, you pay the tax plus the penalties. Finally, another option is Roth IRAs, and I love Roth IRAs. I think they're great for those that qualify for them. There again, you pay the tax now, you grow the money tax-free, and then when you need the money, you get it tax-free. The only downside is there's contribution limits of how much you can put in. So, if you compare the Roth IRA really against cash value life insurance, there again, if you're insurable, may provide more benefits than the Roth IRA. Both great ideas, both worth looking at to create that tax-free income in retirement. I think as we look at retirement, I think we need to take a broader view of the opportunities for our clients and really take a look and see what can we do more to help them meet the goals that they have. I appreciate you being on today. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. And if you don't, we'll talk again next week. Thank you.